Ever since the 1970s, a series of new theories proposed alternatives to the linear economy model and the environmental challenges it posed. They mainly focused on how the study of the living organism systems can help organize the man-made ones. Different schools of thought like regenerative design, performance economy, cradle-to-cradle, industrial ecology and biomimicry emerged. All informed by systems thinking, they advocated for building resilience through diversity and relying on energy from renewable resources. They further explored the notion of waste being food, while also elaborating on ways for designing out waste. These principles now constitute the theoretical background circular economy was founded upon. Circular economy conceptualizes the integration of economic activity and environmental well-being in a sustainable way. The circularity component of circular economy particularly pertains to material use, aiming to narrow material flows by using less, slow material flows by using longer, and close material flows by using again. In other words, it strives for value retention rather than value destruction. There exist many different definitions for circular economy, the most prevailing and also succinct being that of the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. The definition summarizes the key points mentioned before. It reads, "A circular economy is based on the principles of designing out waste and pollution, keeping products and materials in use, and regenerating natural systems." For the past decade, the European Union has embraced circular economy principles and has since released 2 action plans. The first action plan was issued in 2015 and focused mainly on recycling and reuse. A sum of more than 50 actions were implemented, amongst which the establishment of a Waste Framework Directive and a strategy for managing plastics. A new action plan was issued in 2019, encouraging the redesign of products in ways that can improve their durability, reusability and repairability. The plan also consolidated the EU intention to establish a well-functioning market for secondary raw materials. A new package of measures to make sustainable products the norm in the European Union was issued in March 2022. The EU also increasingly focuses on policies that bond circularity with energy consumption, just like the recent launching of the EU Green Deal attests. Circular economy has been extensively scrutinized for being too vague, fragmented, dependent on other scientific concepts, and for downsizing conflicts, trade-offs, or the fact that even cyclical systems require energy and produce waste. Moreover, many researchers claim that circular economy is not politically neutral, meaning that circular strategies such as repair and remanufacturing may downplay the values of integrity and care as merely new forms of capitalist commodification. In that regard, circular economy is heavily criticized for rebooting and reforming capitalism, where citizens are still considered predominantly as consumers. In fact, different frameworks for understanding the potential of circular economy have been developed. For some, circular economy is grounded on technology and entrepreneurship. For others, circular economy requires also the establishment of new practices of sharing and collaborating. So far, circular economy manifests both as an operational scheme and as a value system. It can be as pragmatic as it can be idealistic. But what is perhaps more important is that it is socially prevalent. Circular economy forges the recalibration of society, whereas the shifts it calls for involve a wide range of actors as well as new types of exchange. Emergent terms like sharing economy and degrowth have been introduced to propagate systemic change by downscaling production, either by promoting peer-to-peer consumption and platform economy in the first case, or through community-based forms of production, exchange and consumption in the latter. For some, circular economy represents an imagined future that informs and motivates different areas of the social world through a range of activities. Implications of circular economy for the built environment remain largely underexplored. Transitioning to a circular built environment requires that systemic processes related to the built environment, such as extraction, manufacturing, construction and maintenance, all the way to deconstruction and reverse supply chain logistics, need to be reconceptualized and designed anew. For the past couple of years, members of the Circular Built Environment Hub have been systemizing the input of the research undertaking by the group, as well as the research on circular economy in general. A tentative definition of what a circular built environment is emerged. The Hub now describes the circular built environment as a human-made environment that operates according to circularity principles. A circular built environment is a design system aiming to close resource loops at different spatial temporal scales to enable the society to thrive within the planetary boundaries. The Hub members argue that a circular built environment encompasses different scales, from materials to cities or even regions. This definition builds on the socio-technical aspects of circular economy, where technology plays a key role. However, it further acknowledges that a circular built environment requires a transition of values as well. A transition towards a circular built environment involves changing cultural, environmental, economic and social values to promote and embed circular thinking and processes in architectural and city-making practice and everyday urban life. Thus, it is achieved through interrelating aspects of architectural and urban design, urban governance, technology, urban economy, resource management and stakeholder engagement.